I'm prepared for it to be hell. And I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Hello and welcome to a new video. If you're new here, my name is Nera and I'm currently on a 7-month backpacking trip. It is the 18th of April today, and if you watch my latest video you will know that I arrived in Lombok in Indonesia. I'm still in Lombok, although we left Kuta this morning and we are currently in a different part of the island because we are gonna climb the Mount Rinjani that is located here in Lombok, and it's a mountain that is 3,700 meters high, and we're gonna do that tomorrow, I guess, and the day after. I'm not quite sure. The itinerary is a bit unclear. It is a 4-day, 3-night package, although today is the first day and we're not actually doing any trekking today. We're just kind of got driven to this village that is close to the mountain. It took about 3 hours, and for today we kind of just have the day to ourselves to do whatever. There are a few waterfalls in the area that we are gonna go and look at. Later today we will be talking to one of the guys that is kind of organizing the tour, and they're gonna give us like all the information and stuff, but as for now I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's it for now. We are sitting at a restaurant, just ordered some food, so we're gonna eat and then we're gonna head to the waterfalls. Yeah, that's it for now.
No, not to bring everything to the peak.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have the porter to locking your luggage in the tent.
They're so small. Alright, so we are at the first waterfall. That's a really intense shower, but I'm down. Hey guys, we just arrived at the second waterfall. Take a look at this. We are walking up these steps and I'm seriously worried about tomorrow because this is hard for me and this is just steps. We're gonna climb a fucking mountain, which is apparently a volcano as well. I'm a teeny tiny bit worried. People have said it's hard. I believe them. I'm slightly concerned, but I'm also very stubborn. And if there's one thing that's gonna get me up that volcano, it's my stubbornness, hopefully. But we are heading back to the accommodation. Probably just gonna chill, maybe get some food at some point, and then briefing. We're back at our accommodation. It's like 6:30, so briefing is in half an hour. I don't think I'll be filming anything else today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night. Hello and good morning. It is the next day and I had such a weird night's sleep. But we are currently packing the last little bits and pieces. That's the bag I'm gonna leave here. That's the bag I'm gonna take with me. It is a lot heavier than I would have liked, but there is a lot of snacks and drinks and shit. So hopefully that will kind of disappear throughout this mountain trek. But yeah, it's currently 7:10. Breakfast was supposed to be at 7, so we are a little bit late and we are supposed to leave at 7:30, which is in 20 minutes. So I need to get the fuck out of here, eat some breakfast, and then we're off. We're off to hike a mountain. All right, I'll speak to you guys later. Bye for now. Right, so we've just been driving for about an hour and we arrived at what I think is the start of the park and just did a little medical checkup. Yeah, hopefully we can do the hike. We'll see. I'm a little scared. I'm still very much scared, but it'll be fun. We talked to some people yesterday and they said that day 2 was definitely the worst, so today will be fine, but tomorrow will be hell. So we're in for a treat. But yeah, just waiting for the last few people to get their medical check and then we're off, I think. I'm scared. Right, so we've just gotten dropped off at the start of the hike. We've gotten ready. I'm covering my shoulders. I look absolutely ridiculous, but that's okay. Yeah, let's do this hike. I'm like not very enthusiastic. I'm mostly scared. We'll be fine. And this is just after like an hour. And I feel like we've gone pretty much just up. I mean, we are hiking a mountain, so it's gonna be up. But yeah, so far so good. It doesn't feel impossible so far. And we have a group of 8 people. Yeah, it seems like a good group. So that's it for now. Back to panting. Update time, we have been walking for about an hour and a half. After my last little talk with you guys, I did what I do best. I removed my shoes and now I'm hiking without. And I love it. It's just so great. We did pass the first little stop on the way. We didn't do much of a break there. But we are currently coming up to our second stop, which is also our lunch stop. It's right up there. Yeah, let's have some lunch. We just had lunch and in a little bit we're gonna start walking again. Apparently there's like 3 more hours of hiking to base camp, so a bit more than I thought, but it'll be fine. Right, so we just took a break for a few minutes and it actually cleared up so we could see the mountain, which was pretty cool. So we saw where we're going tomorrow. It's pretty high, but yeah, the clouds kind of came in again, so now there's nothing, literally nothing. But we are at about 2,000 meters of elevation right now, and the guide said we have about like 2, maybe 2.5 hours left to base camp. So we're back to walking. Yeah. Here we go. I'm absolutely drenched. And this is by far the hardest hike I've ever done in my life. And this is only day 1. The guys we spoke to earlier that had done the 3-day hike said that day 2 was gonna be hell. And I do believe them. But you know what? I'm ready for it. We're gonna do this shit. We're actually gonna do this. This part here is really intense because there's like a lot of gravel, so I'm taking steps forward, but I'm sliding back, man. I'm sliding back. I think we're almost through this part at least. Oh my god. Nice. Love that for me. Okay, we got this. Let's go. exactly 4:40, and we started at the starting point at 9:50, and we did take a little break for lunch, and we did take some other small breaks along the way as well. But yeah, that is the first day of hiking. It's really cool up here, and especially like when the clouds kind of disappear, because then you can really see the mountain again. Tomorrow is a very, very early morning, with morning in parentheses because it's the middle of the fucking night. We're gonna wake up at like 2 or 3 a.m. and then start doing our hike to the summit. Yeah, they said that tomorrow to the summit will be about 3 hours of hiking, and then there's a lot more to come afterwards. But yeah, just focusing on that for now. And that's it. I'm so tired. I just want food and sleep. I'm so tired. I'm gonna eat some more cookies though. Cookies are nice. Alright, we just had our dinner. It was like some curry with rice, so that was nice and warm and cozy. Also saw amazing stars. Like, fuck, they're so beautiful here. We gotta confirm that we are waking up at 2 a.m. tomorrow, so we're gonna head to bed. It's currently like 7:30, so yeah. If we sleep now, we'll still get a decent amount of sleep. But yeah, I think it's gonna be cold, so I'm just gonna sleep with like all my clothes. Yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I mean, it's not gonna be morning, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye. It's currently 2:45. We woke up at 2 like we were supposed to, and we were supposed to leave at 2:30, but we're a bit late on schedule, so just like 15 minutes. But yeah, we're walking now towards the top. There are some people like pretty far up already, but they did start walking like quite a while ago. But yeah, 3-hour trek to the summit, and then hopefully we'll see the sunrise. It's 3:45. I've been walking for the past hour, and it's been, you guys can't see it, but it's been like pretty much straight uphill and super freaking sandy. So yeah, that was the hard part, I believe. Now comes the next part that you also cannot see, but it's just like a long ass road, kind of upwards but not super steep, but it is like kind of narrow, and on either side of the road there's like just this massive death drop pretty much. So yeah, I need to keep my light on where I'm going, and yeah, that's it. I did also give away my flashlight because this one girl in my group, her flashlight died within like the first minute of the hike, so yeah, she got mine and I'm just using my phone now. But I feel like I did the worst part already, so now it's just fun part left, and the stars again are so amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this walk, and I'll see you guys at the summit. Alright, so it is currently 4:45, which means we've officially been away for 2 hours now. I'm not quite at the summit yet. There's still a little bit to go. Hopefully it won't take an hour. I don't think it'll take an hour, but I guess we'll just wait and see. I'm gonna sit here and eat some cashews, and then I'm gonna keep walking. I'm so tired, but I'm having a good time, so yeah. The sun is coming up. We're almost at the summit. I might cry. It's right up there. Last few minutes, let's go. I was not expecting this. I'm gonna go up and join the others. The view here is amazing, like the clouds and everything. We were initially gonna do 3 days, 2 nights, although I've decided that I'm not gonna do that. It is 6, 7? It's 7. I'm gonna try to not die, and I'll speak to you guys later. The walk down to base camp ended up taking quite some time, as I was now able to actually see what I was walking through. The surroundings were absolutely beautiful, so I stopped loads of times to just soak it all up and enjoy the scenery. And as you can see, it was also quite slippery with all the rocks, so I kind of just took my time stumbling and sliding down the mountain. If I fall, it's just gonna go faster, it's fine. And that's like after 2 minutes. Let's keep sliding. We were all the way up there. And then like a bit further. That was the summit. And now we're down here. And we have quite some more to go. Yeah, speak to you guys later. Bye. That's base camp. We are almost-ish there. Just have to go down a pretty steep part and then up a little part. Yeah, we're basically there. Last look at the volcano. Let's go. We have arrived at a very cloudy base camp. It's currently just before 10 a.m. so the walk down took us about 3 hours. But yeah, we made it. Oh, it's like very wet. My hair is damp. Cool. Alright, well I guess we get some food and we pack our ship and then we leave again. We're going down. But at least here it's not as slippery as the mountain, so that's nice. I'm good, I'm good. It's been approximately 2 minutes and I slipped again. I feel bad for our porter because he's like, slowly, slowly. Be careful, slowly. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna fall. Like, that's inevitable at this point. And he's like carrying all this shit. Like, it's so impressive. And he's doing the thing in flip-flops. He's really cool. Oh my god, you see that? This is ridiculous. I swear it's the shoes. If I was barefoot, this would not be happening. It's 12:30 right now. We have been walking for an hour and a half straight. This guy is not slowing down. But I do believe we are at the stop 2 in a little bit, and that's where we're supposedly gonna have a break and eat some lunch. But we'll see. I'm not sure this guy is gonna stop. It's 1:45, we just had our lunch and we are now back to sprinting. Eventually we made it down to the pickup point again, where we got into the back of a truck and then started driving away from the mountain. In the car again. It took us an hour to get down, and now we are hopefully going to our past accommodation to get our bags and then to the ferry port to head to the islands. Hopefully. We'll see what happens. Like, no one is telling us anything, we're just going with it. Yeah. Alrighty, we are officially on Gilead right now, and we're staying here for at least 2 nights, maybe more, we'll see. I am completely fucking destroyed. Ouch, I just stepped on a rock. Won't be doing any more vlogging today because I'm tired. We'll speak more about the hike and everything regarding it another day, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after. Still be in this vlog, but not right now because my brain is not braining. So yeah, I will see you guys in a second. And I'm back, although I'm not on Gilead anymore because since my last clip, it's been a full-on 6 days. So yeah, it's currently the 25th of April and I am now on Bali. I promised that I was going to talk about the mountains, so that's what I'm here to do. We booked onto a 3-day 2-night trek up Mount Rinjani in Lombok, and we set out on this trek having talked to a few people beforehand that also had done this trek previously. Now these people said that it was the most difficult thing they'd done in their entire lives, but also that it was so worth it. I went through a lot of emotions during this trek, as you could probably see. From the beginning, I was terrified. I was not very excited about it all because I was more so just scared of how hard it was gonna be and scared of what was gonna happen. I was kind of just like bracing myself for what was to come, not really knowing what actually was to come. So yeah, started off terrified, and then we started walking. Now the first day was supposed to be the easy day. It was supposed to be the manageable day, and I guess it was, but it was also fucking difficult because I'd never hiked a mountain before. Like, I'd done a few small hikes, but nothing crazy. The most I'd ever done was probably in Cameron Highlands when I hiked for like 5 hours. That was the most I've ever done, and that was like a bit uphill and a bit downhill. That was it. Day number 1 of this trek was pretty much 6 hours just going straight up, and it was tough. It was really tough. Maybe like after half an hour, I was starting to feel like tired. And mind you, this is like an hour in of a 6-hour hike on a 3-day trek. So a lot of self-doubt kind of started seeping into my little brain. Questions like, am I gonna make it? Am I strong enough to do this? Can I actually do this? And yeah, it was like a lot of self-doubt, and that's something I haven't really felt before. At least not in this capacity. I do compare myself to other people quite easily, especially if it's like a group workout or yeah, just like in group settings. I want to be the best. I want to be fastest. I want to be, yeah, just better. And that was not the case on this hike. There were 4 German people, and these guys were fucking insane. They were like sprinting up the mountain and they didn't like even drip a drop of sweat. They were crazy. It was wild. So yeah, I did compare myself a lot to them, being like, why the fuck can't I do what they can do? Mind you, they have more like hiking experience and everything like that, but in my head it was just like a lot of negativity and a lot of self-doubt. So what I did was, before going on to this hike, I actually downloaded a bunch of motivational speeches on my Spotify. Just like made a full ass playlist with like inspirational, motivational like speeches and songs and whatever. So I put in my earphones and I started listening to that while walking, and it really got me pumped. It actually like really freaking worked, so I'm really happy about that. That was a good move on my part because it gave me what I needed to just like keep walking and just putting my head down and doing the work. So that was really good. It got me up the first part of this hike, which was, like I said, the first day and the 6 hours. That was it for day 1. We reached base camp, and that was where we were gonna sleep for the night. But yeah, when we started this trek, I also met a girl named Alex. She was also from Sweden, actually. A super nice girl. I really enjoyed meeting her and talking to her. And she was in our group, although she was only doing a 2-day trek. So for us, with the 3-day trek, on day number 2, we were supposed to hike up to the summit and then down to the lake and then up to another crater rim and then on to another like base camp sort of. Spend another night there before going back down to the pickup point. But for Alex, since she chose to do the 2-day thing, on day 2 she was only supposed to go up to the summit and then down again to the pickup point that we left off from on day 1, if that makes sense. On day number 2, we woke up at 2 a.m. and then we started our hike up to the summit, which was supposed to be another 3 hours. And this was, according to the people that had done the hike previously, supposed to be the hard part, like the the really challenging part, because it was supposed to be very, very steep and pretty much just like gravel and rocks and sand a lot of the way. So you would like take a few steps and then slide down, and then take a few steps and slide down again. So yeah, that was kind of what I was prepared for. We started our hike and I was feeling on top of the fucking world. Like, I was so pumped from the previous day and like all the motivational speeches and everything like that. I was so ready to climb this mountain. We hit like a pretty steep hill with a lot of rocks and stuff, and it was pretty tough, but we got up and I was like, oh, okay, so that was the hard part. Now it's just like the easy part left, right? That was not the case. That was not the case. And at this point it had been like an hour and I could kind of see like the summit. It didn't seem that far away, so I was still feeling pretty good. Like, it was still fine. So I kept walking and I kept walking and I kept walking. And another hour goes by and I was like, okay, so maybe this is a 3-hour hike after all, because up until that point I didn't believe that it was gonna take 3 hours. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I can see the summit, it's right up there, it's gonna take me like maybe an hour more to get there. But after that hour I could still see the summit and it was still pretty freaking far away. So yeah, after 2 hours of that hike I was starting to feel really freaking tired, and the top of that mountain did not seem to be moving any closer. So that was a little discouraging, and the intrusive thoughts and the self-doubt were kind of like seeping into my head again. I kept walking and I kept walking, and the self-doubt was a bit harder to get rid of this time around. The music or the speeches, they helped a lot, but not quite as much as they had done the previous day. And one thought that kind of like kept popping into my head was, okay, but maybe I'm just gonna do the 2-day thing. Like, maybe I can skip the crater rim and the lake. Maybe I just do the summit and then I go back. Yeah, I just had this like battle with myself, I guess. A part of me was like, okay, if I get to the summit, that will be an accomplishment of its own and I should be happy about that and I should be proud of that. But a part of me was also like, okay, but then you're giving up on the 3-day trek. Like, you're giving up on pushing yourself even further. And oh wow, I'm getting emotional. I didn't expect that. Yeah, while doing this and all of these things and thoughts going on inside my head, I really just wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. Like, even though it was gonna be tough and it was gonna get hard, I wanted to prove to myself that I could push through it. So a part of me like really wanted to keep pushing. I was having a lot of thoughts going on inside my head, as you can see, and a lot of emotions. But yeah, as I was walking up to the summit, eventually 3 hours passed and I was still not there. At that point, I could sort of start to see the sun starting to rise, and I was still not at the summit at that point, so I felt quite defeated and, I mean, a little bit stressed because I still wanted to reach the summit by sunrise, but also like kind of defeated and like I failed in a way because I didn't reach the summit in time, or so I thought. But we met someone that told us that it was only about 30 minutes until the summit. Like, we were almost there. So at that point I kind of made peace with the fact that I wasn't necessarily gonna get to the summit in time for sunrise, but I was gonna get there. I was still very determined that I was gonna get to the summit. So that was kind of my new goal, and my focus was just to get there. So I kept walking. I took baby steps, but I kept freaking walking. I was like, it doesn't matter how small my steps are, as long as I keep going, I will get there eventually. So that's what I did. I walked and I walked and I walked, and as you could see in the video, once I reached the top, or like almost the top, once the mountain kind of like went down again and I was like at the top and I could like see what was like out in front of me, I just completely broke down. I did not expect to do so, but as I was standing up there and I could just like see everything that kind of just appeared from the other side of the mountain, I just sat down and bawled my eyes out. And I think that's also kind of the moment when I realized that I'd given this mountain my freaking all. I didn't mean to become this emotional. Like, it was 6 days ago and I was still like tearing up over it. But I really just realized that I gave that mountain my all. I did not hold back. I pushed harder than I'd ever pushed before. And I made it to the fucking summit. Oh my god. Why am I crying? But yeah, that was also when I kind of admitted to myself that I wasn't gonna go through with the 3-day thing. And then after having a little breakdown and wiping my tears away, I went up, and actually I did make it in time for the sunrise, which I'm so happy about. It had already started to get like a little bit light, but the sun hadn't like started to rise yet, or we couldn't see it at least. So that was really nice to just be able to sit there and enjoy watching the sun come up from like beneath the clouds, because we were on top of this freaking mountain above the clouds, which is so fucking cool. Yeah, so we just sat there for a while. It was really nice, and once the sun had come up, it also started to become a bit warmer again, which was nice because it was freezing up until that point. So yeah, after we had been at the summit for a while, we decided to go down again, and I just felt so much happier. I felt so much lighter, and that's kind of when I knew that it was the right call to not keep going, because I don't know, like it would have been hell, and going up to the summit was hell as well, but it would have been a different kind of hell, because like I said, I gave that mountain my all and I just had nothing left. So we walked back down to base camp, packed our stuff, ate some food, and then we hiked back down to the pickup point as well. And at this point my knees were just killing me from all the downhill. Yeah, I was just not feeling great. We got picked up by this pickup truck, sat in the back of that, and we were just all so tired. I fully fell asleep lying down in the back of that pickup truck, but I was just very happy to not be hiking anymore. We actually counted, and from start to finish of like the trek that we did, it was a total of 32 hours, and we spent 16 of those hours walking. Like 16 of those 32 hours were spent hiking, which is a lot, and it's also a lot more than I've ever done before. So yeah, that was it. That was the talk. That was the mountain talk. I hope this was interesting in some way. I can see this has been a very long little talk, but yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and as always, if you want to see more of this, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye. Hello and welcome to a new video. I love that the thing is driving by right now. Cool. Just log on. Like a full-ass operation every single time, and this isn't even good. Is someone in there? So I just realized that the spare battery I brought with me for my camera is empty. We'll get to our accommodation. I'm gonna take a shower, eat some food, and pass out. Ouch, these rocks. Fucking hell. And the whole experience and everything. I knew that was gonna happen, and there has to be a better way to do this. You know what? I'm just gonna sit on the floor. We're gonna do that. Woo.